Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to discuss my brand new ant colony of tetrimorium caespitum. We'll talk about that soon. First, let me 3D print their new ant nest. Alright, I know what you're thinking. A new colony? What does that mean for the channel? Well, I'll tell you. The Colossal Empire is still around and doing very well. Soon, I'm going to do another video on them to check in on what they're doing. But as of right now, I want to discuss the things that my new 3D printed ant nest can do, and how suitable it is for this new species. This cotton ball right here, I put water on every day, so the ants have some hydration as well as humidity. Here are entrances that are able to be hooked up with other nests of similar size, or ones that are even larger. This will help accommodate for the colony's growth. Usually, I would get footage of my ants moving into their new nest, but the ants moved in surprisingly quickly. Also, you could barely see them until they had just emerged into the nest, and that didn't necessarily bring for a good viewing experience, so I ended up cutting it out of the video. Now, I'm going to give the ants a small piece of chicken. Since the tetrimorium species can eat pretty much anything, from insects to food that people leave on, it's most efficient to just take a piece of food from my dinner and give it to the ants. And yeah, I've heard of other ant keepers that boil or cook spiders or crickets on their stove to get out any toxins. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with just giving them some leftover chicken. After they moved in, the queen seemed to really like this humid little corner of the nest, which so far seems to be her favorite hangout. This is kind of confusing, because the species is known to like somewhere around 30 to 40% humidity, which is just a little bit more than my harvester ants. In short, they don't really like humidity, but I'm assuming that they just prefer it over the dry climate of the rest of the nest. As well as enjoying low to moderate amounts of humidity, tetrimorium ants also can grow very, very fast in size. This is mostly due to the fact that they are very small and the development of one single ant does not take that long. Now that we know some information about the species, this new ant empire's story can finally commence. But first, before we go into that, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to this channel, as well as giving it a thumbs up, because I need you guys to subscribe to me just as much as my harvester ants need seeds. Well, maybe not that much, but subscribing is really helpful. While you're subscribing, why don't you also leave a comment in the comment section saying what you think this new ant colony's name should be. The suggestion with the most likes will be this new colony's name. After the ants moved into their nest, I noticed that they started piling up some dirt in the back corner. The dirt was there because I didn't know exactly if their pupae spun cocoons or not, and it was better for me to be safe than sorry. I'm assuming that this is where the ants were going to keep all of their brood. Basically, all the eggs, larvae, and pupae. But I was actually wrong. The queen stayed in her human hideout with all of the eggs, while the pupae and larvae were stashed away in that dirt mound with most of the workers. By the way, did I mention how small these guys are? Here's a quick size comparison. The mini nest up to the terrarium that holds the great colossal empire. But don't be fooled, dear viewer. Though these ants are small in size, they are quite large in ferocity. During the middle of the summer, usually when most of the colonies are at their largest size, swarms of them can be seen attacking insects, as well as picking up leftover food that people dropped on the ground. My ants, however, are not there yet. But hopefully, when it's time for them to move into a terrarium, they will be at that size. The tendency for this species to have strength in numbers, as well as its habit of swarming, is what makes me like them so much. I really do have high hopes for this colony, and maybe the week after this one, I'll do another update video checking in on them. But that's all for today. Don't forget to go down to the comments section and say what you think that the colony's name should be. Bye, and thanks for watching this video.